kailangan ka, kailangan pa kita na di tayo iba. At kahit pa hindi mapigil sa mundo, at sa umagang darating, lahat ay aking kakayanin. Huwag mong iisipin ang mga harang sa atin at ang ihip ng hangin ay darating. Datitigin at ang lahat ay maglaho, dahil kailangan ka, kailangan pa kita na din tayo iba. At kahit pa hindi mapigil sa mundo, at sa umagang darating, lahat ay aking kakayanin. Ikaw lang yan, kahit pa ikaw lang di ko man hawak ang panahon, maging ang ikot ng buhay. Basta't ikaw at ikaw pa rin. Ikaw at ikaw pa rin. Dahil kailangan ka, kailangan pa kita na din tayo iba. At kahit pa hindi mapigil sa mundo, at sa umagang darating, lahat ay aking kakayanin. At kahit pa ikaw lang yan, kahit pa ikaw lang yan, kahit pa ikaw lang yan, ako.
Posible kayang labanan ang agos ng paghamon, mabuwal at matapaman, sabay tayong aahon. Posible kayang maburang alinlangan sa sarili, ang tapang sa loob makikita, taglay mo ang dugong bayani. Sulong laban, huwag pupurong. Pakinggan sa iyong puso ang sigaw na dati bulong. Sulong laban, huwag pupurong. Pakinggan sa iyong puso ang sigaw na dati bulong. Posible kayang matikman, tamis ng gintong minimithi. Sa kagat ng bawat laban, magtatagumpay kang muli. Sulong laban, wag uurong. Pakinggan sa iyong puso ang sigaw na dati bulong. Posible, sulong laban, wag uurong. Pakinggan sa iyong puso ang sigaw na dati bulong. Posible. Sulong laban, wag uurong. Pakinggan sa iyong puso ang sigaw na dati bulong. Posible, sulong laban, Pilipino. Pakinggan sa iyong puso ang sigaw na dati bulong. Posible, posible, posible.
All right. Another great and exciting afternoon, Philippine physical education community. Once again, welcome to your Saturday afternoon continuing professional development partner. This is Coach JR Viterbo from De La Salle Santiago Isabel School and also the founder of OneFisEd.ph. Wow. Now, this afternoon, it is already our 58th episode. And of course, even I am the one solo to be the host for this afternoon. I am really excited as I believe that this is another opportunity for us physical education teachers, coaches here in the Philippines and beyond to have another webinar session. And it makes me excited as our speaker for this afternoon is a person who believes that through continuous professional development learning, he can make a difference. All right. And of course, before we proceed to our regular training in a while, I just want to thank, of course, the Ramon Magsaysay State University. Of course, shout out to Sir Robert Yap. Of course, he's the head of the physical education department. They're currently having the International BPED conference, and of course, I'm really thankful as he allowed me to talk to the future PE teachers of our country and some of the teachers, also PE teachers and PE heads in different parts of the country. The last Thursday, as I deliver a topic which is I'm really interested, and I believe that through that topic, I made to inspire a lot of teachers in our country and future PE teachers are as well. And of course, we would like to thank for all the support of the community for the past weeks, months, and again, we just celebrated our first year anniversary. God is awesome. God is great. And before we begin, let's start first with the prayer. Join me in the prayer. Let us all remember that we're in the most holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear God, once again, thank you for the opportunity that we are gathered as a community this afternoon. Thank you for the presence of our resource speaker, for our members who are here in the Zoom room, and of course, for those who are watching via YouTube Live. Thank you because we are gathered as a community who would like to improve our practices in teaching physical education and sports. Allow your Spirit to guide us so that we may have a smooth flow for this afternoon. In this we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Wow. All right. Oh. With all honesty, it's been a pleasure to serve the Philippine physical education community by providing regular professional training, development, and training. Imagine, of course, this is already our 58th episode, like what I mentioned a while ago. And of course, this can only be possible with the continuous support of this community to get relevant and meaningful professional development training. The regular Saturday becomes more exciting for us because we know that this kind of program can make a difference as we continue facing challenges and demands in our profession, right? And that's why we believe that you can also be one of our guests who can conquer the stage of onefised.ph to inspire our fellow PE teachers. That's why we are inviting you. Yes, there na kayo nanonood this afternoon. Yes, I'm inviting you for you to be our next featured PE teachers. Just kindly send us a message via Messenger or via Facebook page, or you can directly send me a message so that I can set a schedule for you to share that exciting and best teaching experience that you have that you can share to our fellow PE teachers, right? And of course, at this juncture, okay, I would like to welcome for this afternoon, of course, all the administrators of onefised.ph who's helping Coach JR. And by the way, Coach Joshua and Sir Jacko's not around because they have important matter to attend to. But of course, that's the thing that we need to anticipate. That's why still nandito po si Coach JR. Ako ang magiging gabay nyo for this afternoon. All right, I would like also to welcome all the participants for this afternoon via Zoom to our premium members, and shout out to to Professor Faisal all the way from Pakistan being with us this afternoon in Zoom room, and of course to all those people watching via YouTube live. Yeah, there in our official channel, onefised.ph, right? That's why for all those who are watching us live, you can make a difference. Just kindly share to your social media account the link of our episode today, so our fellow PE teachers and friends can also join us and learn with our topic for this afternoon. Okay, but before we proceed, I would like to greet some of our friends, okay, here in Zoom. Okay, I would like to greet some of our members, Miss Levate, Miss Romery, Miss Lomi, right? Sir Arvin, yes. And of course, yes, Professor Faisal is here via YouTube. Okay, let me just check. Sino ba yung mga kasama natin for this afternoon, right? We have ito no, si Eureka. She's a PE student all the way from Gordon College from Olongapo City. So shout out sa'yo. Also to Donna Ornilio, right? Watching from GMANHS, Cartagena Extension, Sipalay City, Negros Occidental. That's all the way from from Visayas. We already have from Luzon, of course. We have from Visayas. Also, we have Sir Federico Ceribo, no? Siya ay from Southern Luzon State University. Shout out sa iyo dyan, sir, at sa mga kasama mo dyan sa Physical Education Department in your school. Ito naman, no? Batiin din po natin, no? Si Miss Cherry May Serion. Good afternoon, everyone watching from Tandubuay National High School, ZDS. Medyo hindi ko alam yung ZDS, but of course, thank you no for being with us this afternoon. Yan. Thank you very much for all those people supporting us this afternoon. Look, we just started around 30, but we are keep on growing. Kaya po, don't forget to share our link for this afternoon. And of course, meron po tayo all the way from the northern part of the country, Geraldine Tumbaga Tauing. Good afternoon po from all the way from Mountain Province. Wow, of course, na-miss ko na rin mag-Baguio. So hoping soon we can go there in Baguio. Ito naman po from Cavite, Sir Perlito, John Pulya, magandang hapon po sa iyo. And from the Central Luzon, Sir Teofilo Tabuan Jr., no? Watching here from Bamban National High School, San Clemente, Tarlac Province. Ayan. Wow, siyempre ang ganda naman itong feedback ni Felidel Pena Florida. Good afternoon po until now. Wala pa siyang receive na certificate. But of course, again, yung ating mga reminders po ay we're gonna be sending later po para ma-sure natin that your certificates you will receive it, no? Yan. And but of course, marami naman siyang natututunan yan. And from Bicol, Miss Mary Joy Balaran from Bicol University. And from NCR, Jonathan Mejarito from Mandaluyong City. Yan, no? So again, my simple request from the onefise.ph is for you to share, of course, our link for this afternoon so that we can reach more people who can be with us. And of course, no, we are inviting everyone to like and follow our official Facebook page. That is www.facebook.com/onefised.ph. Our Twitter at onefised.ph, our Instagram at onefised.ph. Also, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like our videos in YouTube. No, search onefised.ph. Take note of this, right? That for those who are new in the program, we use the Facebook page as the official communication portal in order for us to announce activities that will be happening, right? Ito, the Facebook page is for announcement of activities while the YouTube is for viewing of the different webinars. Just to inform the others. All right. Kamusta kaya ang ating mga participants sa iba't ibang bahagi ng ating bansa, hoping na even napaka-challenging, and congratulations, no? I think nagtapos na po ang ating mga kasamang mga PE teachers, MAPE teachers na nasa public school, no? Congratulations as you finish your academic year. May nakikita po ako sa Facebook. They're having already their graduation, no? The moving up and so on, no? I think the year is really challenging and marami talagang na-drain sa atin, even our health suffer. That's why, no, I just want to say, how are you, fellow PE teachers? Remember, our image and wellness status are highly important as we serve as an inspiration and role model to our students for them to be healthy, fit, and well human beings. No, tama naman yun, no? Hindi naman we need to walk the talk, no? Whatever we are teaching about wellness, fitness, and health, that should be reflected to the kind of being we are. That's why, aside from the regular exercise and healthy diet, we need a supplement that can help us boost our overall wellness status. We are proud to announce that as we continue to promote health, wellness, and patronizing Filipino-made brands, OneFaceEd.ph partnered with NutraBud, all right? I'm not selling NutraBud, but we partnered with NutraBud, right? NutraBud is a proud Philippine-made product. It is the first virgin coconut oil VCO soft gel supplements in the market, which you see there sa gilid ko po. In the market, it is blended, of course, with powerful antioxidants such as astaxanthin, curcumin, ginseng, and resveratrol. Take note that NutraBud is ISO certified, HACCP certified, GMP certified, and of course, most important, approved by the Philippine Food and Drug Administration. Right? Wow, no? That is the health supplement, no, that we need to take. Also, the NutraBud is one of the health supplement that can help us. You know why? Because it has a lot of benefits, and let me just tell you what are some of the benefits of NutraBud. It's an immunity booster, antiviral, antimicrobial, gives energy, heart support, brain protection, bone health, diabetes prevention, prevent arthritic conditions, kidney health, fat burning, and gut health. And that's why still, despite of the very tiring week I had since Monday, a lot of things that I need to do, still I have the energy every Saturday, and I'm really looking forward. And I believe that NutraBud is a partner of Coach JR in order to help me in terms of my wellness. Imagining harnessing all these benefits by taking one soft gel capsule daily. Great investment for a better and healthy you. But wait, there's more, because we know that you are an important partner of OneFacet.ph. We are giving you a 10% discount in availing the products. You heard it right. Okay? You just need to use the code NUTRAPED. Miss Phoebe, if you can just post that that link, no, code NUTRAPED, NUTRPHED. You can use that code, no, if you're gonna be availing NutraBud via Shopee para diretso na po sa bahay ninyo, because of course meron naman pong COD yan. Just use the code NUTRAPED, NUTRAPHED, all capital. That's the code in order for you to get the 10% discount. Again, let NutraBud be our health supplement buddy. Wow, I said a lot of things. Iba talaga if you're solo, ikaw lang talaga, no? But of course, no, kahit naman si Coach JR nagsasalita, I know that everyone's there, highly active, listening via YouTube and here in our Zoom room meeting link. All right. Today, we are already on our 58th episode. Just try to imagine 58 episodes. That's more than a year. We are really excited as we are about to have another webinar series. Ito na po yun. Our webinar series with the title, Featured Physical Education Teacher with the team. Okay? Our team for this webinar episode is, let me just feed, creating meaningful physical education experience in the new normal. Yan po, creating. That's the theme of our episode, of our series rather, creating meaningful physical education experience. You know why? We believe na we made 1 year experiencing modular learning, online learning, and some of you are doing a mix of that. We believe that you had a lot of experience. You experienced, tried to explore things that you can't imagine that you can do as a teacher. You are now here in the finish line of your academic year. Us in Zobel, we're starting academic year. We'll learn a lot from last academic year. But sa ating mga kapwa PE teachers, we know that you have something, you have a best experience to share for our community, right? We are inviting everyone to be part of the discussion. That's why we're inviting all to join and share your opinion and comments using the chat box in YouTube or here in Zoom for our premium members, right? Our question for this episode na I wish that everyone will interact there in our YouTube live. You can share your answer. How impactful are all the webinar sessions you attended during this time of pandemic to to your teaching practices? Again, how impactful are all the webinar sessions you attended during this time of pandemic to your teaching practices? So what I'm saying is that nakatulong po ba lahat ng mga online webinars, mga webinars, no, na inyong inattendan for more than 1 year para sa inyong pagtuturo bilang isang PE teacher? Kaya po, if you are part of this webinar by, of course, answering that question in our YouTube live. All right, I've said a lot of things. Handa na kaya ang ating speaker because I'm really excited. But before I formally introduce our speaker, one thing is certain. I invited this man because he is so grateful, he's so thankful that there's one FISED and there are a lot of organizations providing trainings because he is not from Luzon, he's not from NCR, right? He's from a rural place in Visayas, but he was able to explore and open himself into a lot of opportunities. And that's why this afternoon he'll be sharing a reflection, his own story, how a provincial PE teacher, or said, or shall I say, MAPE teacher, right, or a coordinator, able to explore more of himself, no, by all the trainings he attended. And I think lahat na halos sa mga training he is always present. Kaya excited din talaga ako for this afternoon. Let me introduce, right, our speaker. He is from Northern Tacloban City National High School with the designation of Master Teacher 1, right? And he's a Scouter ALT Sports Coordinator, founder of Kawayan Pickleball Club. Yan, congratulations, sir. Kawayan Football and Futsal Club, right? And he's also Division Tournament Manager in Basketball in Tacloban City. Okay, and Deborah Region 8 and member of OneFizEd.ph, IAPS, OneFizEd Premium member, and Connected PE Premium member. I'll not take this long. I would like to present and introduce, of course, our speaker. You've seen there in the in the screen, no other than Mr. Paul E. Lora, all the way from Northern Tacloban. Good afternoon, Sir Paul, and welcome to the stage of One Fised.ph.
Good afternoon po, Coach GR, and to all the viewers and listeners of this episode
There.
1 PH all throughout the nation and perhaps also from the other countries. And before I will start, shout out lang po diyan sa as requested by my friend from Catanduanes State University kay Sir Mark Anthony Dalipe and to all my colleagues who are present right now and to my department head. So again, thank you so much for coming over and giving us your time in this particular occasion. Right. So allow me to share my screen.
We can see it now, Sir Paul. You just have to do a slideshow of the presentation.
Yeah, yes, coach. Still loading.
All right.
All
Are you
right.
excited, Sir Paul?
Of course.
Yeah. Well, before you begin, I would like also to do a shout out to all the premium members. Pardon if I will send messages and email inviting you, right, to speak also. And I really salute your courage, Sir Paul, to take the stage. And yes, you may now start your webinar session. God bless.
Okay, so let me start my talk with this quotation. Life is not about how fast you run or how high you climb, but how will you bounce? By Vivian Komori. So for this afternoon's webinar is entitled Reflection of a Public School Phys Ed Teacher in Attending Webinars to Improve E-Learning Practices. What is our learning goals for today? Is to define what is e-learning, to see the difference between physical activity and physical education by Rachel Ford, and my view as a phys ed teacher using the CRISE approach, and the positive impact of e-learning in my current teaching profession. So to those who don't know me yet, I am really engaged in the scouting world as an assistant leader trainer. And also I am a graduate of secondary education, major in physical education. Also a member of the Eastern Visayas Regional Athletic Association of visiting official in football, futsal, and basketball. And as mentioned by Coach GR, I am the founder, the coach, the trainer of Kawayan Football, Futsal, and Pickleball Club. And at present, I am also the basketball tournament manager of the DepEd Tacloban City Division here in Eastern Visayas, Region 8. And I was a former sports coordinator of a certain private school, St. Louis Educational Foundation of Tacloban Incorporated, or known as STEFT. So my journey to the One Fised, I started my journey here way back October of 2020. So this will be my first time to share my story in this kind of platform. And of course, since this is my first time, definitely you will expect that I am not really well versed or experienced to be an expert resource speaker, but I hope I can do my part. And attending webinars for me is always a motivation from within. I also consider this one as a stress reliever and opportunity to grow more. And hoping and praying that I can share a little bit and can change one's perspective. And I am optimistic, persevering, persistent, and aggressive when school back to normal soon. So that is how my journey began. So let me start first with the word reflection. What does the word reflection means? Reflection is part of learning and thinking. We reflect in order to learn something, or we learn as a result of reflecting, and the term reflective learning emphasizes the intention to learn from current or prior experiences. So as we all know that the current educational system here in our country, especially in the public system, we are in the modular distance learning wherein we have different environment, different scenarios. That is why I myself, I keep on thinking and reflecting what other means of professional growth where I can be prepared soon once the classes will start or go back to normal. So this is it. This is the one of the main reason why I am here is because of 1%. What is e-learning? E-learning is a system based on formalized teaching, but with the help of electronic resources is known as e-learning. While teaching can be based in or out of the classrooms, the use of computers and the internet forms the major component of e-learning. So this is it. Uh, the present scenario of the learning engagement that we are experiencing right now in the public, even in some other higher institutions, they are using what they call the e-learning or some forms of synchronous and asynchronous learning. So, but again, there are two important things. You need to have a connectivity and a use of a certain gadget like a laptop, a cell phone, or any smartphone. So let me share to you the difference between physical activity and physical education. Physical activity is a broad term referring to all bodily movement that uses energy. It includes all forms of physical education, sports, and dance activities. However, it is wider than this as it includes indoor and outdoor play, work-related activity, outdoor and adventurous activities, active travel, example given here like walking, cycling, rollerblading, scouting, and routine, habitual activities such as using the stairs, doing housework, and gardening. The reason why I emphasize this one because in the field of physical education, some teachers define physical education as just a simple form of physical activity. That is that I want them to know that it's not only about that because if we go further what is all about physical activities, it is already embedded and being written here in physical education. It says physical education is the planned progressive learning that takes place in school curriculum, timetable time, and which is delivered to all pupils. This involves both learning to move, becoming more physically competent, and moving to learn, learning through movement, a range of skills, and understanding beyond physical activity, such as cooperating with others. The context for the learning is physical activity with children experiencing a broad range of activities, including sports and dance. So I took it from the one of the webinar in Connected PE. It was delivered by Rachel Ford, teaching PE online. Something is wrong.
Yes, Sir Paul?
My slide coach is, I think it's para siya naghahang.
Maybe it's loading. Can you just maybe you can just close mo muna, not close but it's do unscreen,
Escape
remove share screen muna.
for a while.
It's not moving, no?
Yeah, it's not moving.
Sige. It's okay?
Not yet. Worry pa.
Hindi pa naglo-load. Sige, sir, maybe you can do on screen share muna just to check. Maybe the PowerPoint is loading lang naman.
Hindi ko po, stop sharing lang muna.
Yeah, stop sharing muna. Yeah. Okay.
And then go back.
Yeah, you may go back and share screen again, sir.
Okay. Pasensya na.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It happens. How about that?
I think still loading ba?
Yeah, on my end, I can see the last slide you presented.
Yeah. Just go back, repeat and repeat. Ooh.
Is it not playing pa rin, Sir Paul?
Yes, coach.
Okay, sige. Maybe what you can do is, as a presentation, it's not playing ba?
Yep.
Maybe you can, again, remove it for muna, share screen.
Okay, stop sharing.
Right? You may continue. Is the presentation working without sharing it?
I will try.
Yeah, sige, try natin.
Yeah, without sharing, I can
Nagpe-play.
proceed. Oh,
Okay,
nagpe-play siya.
sige. We can try one more, sir. If it's not working, maybe yes, you can just deliver your message even we don't see the presentation. We can share it to the community naman mamaya. Can you do one more? Share screen?
Okay, for a while. I hope it will work.
There. And
Slideshow.
do slideshow, current slide.
Loading.
Siguro it's just loading. Well, ang ganda, no? The sharing that you're doing a while ago, no? While we're waiting for the presentation, it's more of the things that you learn on the
Yeah.
other speakers.
Can you
Yeah,
see the
there you
coach?
go.
All right.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. My apology for a short technical problem.
No worries.
So this is in our regular session before when we had our face to face. This is how I used to present my lessons to my class. These pictures that I really keep it as a remembrance of my dedication to teaching. So here you see that teaching and demonstrating some lessons and giving the learners an opportunity to empower themselves to be also as a facilitator in their own groups with our guidance and using only some something called uh, uh, pieces of papers, mega strips, and others. And on the other side, you see, I had a game-like situation, like especially about the drill, earthquake drill, wherein I always try to engage my learners in my classes. That is how I used to deliver my lesson to my learners. And as after that, we go beyond our limit after our regular session because I had a team. I always try to give time to my club, to my futsal club, especially for women, because this group of women in our community when during the time that I was not there around, it seems to be they don't have any engagement or any outlet after school. So that is why I put it here: sports for women empowerment, enabling, engaging, exploring, and enhancing student athletes' potential beyond the four walls of the classroom. So this group of athletes here, three of them, four, I mean four of them, uh, they reached to the highest level of athletic meet. That's called the EBRA, the Eastern Visayas Regional Athletic Meet. And one of my players, uh, she reached to the Palarag Pamansa twice because of her talent and skills. But again, these are student athletes. The most priority is their academic performance. So we do first the academic performance, settle everything, perform everything academically, and after that, we extend ourselves by continually growing ourselves, our talents, our skills through the sports of futsal. So this picture here, this is our remembrance for the second Carambola tournament, wherein there were about 13 competing teams from the different ball clubs of the Eastern Visayas region, and luckily we got an award. Uh, this picture here, we're also proud to share that in the first Carambola tournament we were we had a very uh, how do you call that, a team, the team Philippines, called known as Malditas. We we were competing for the championship game, and that was one of the memorable experience we had, that every one of us really enjoyed the opportunity to play again with other teams from the different ball clubs all throughout Visayas. So aside from the futsal, I also engage in basketball. So if you have noticed there, this is our regular program, especially on the month of September, August and September, where we conduct our division meet, or known as the Mayor Alfred's Cup. So at this point here, I was already assigned as the new tournament manager of basketball for secondary boys. And this picture also, again, learning beyond our limits. I also attended the futsal accreditation course for Visayas in Mindanao chapter. And these are my teammate from the Eastern Visayas. Out of 13 region, we were only five of us were only chosen to go further training, especially in the futsal accreditation course. So all those things that is being flashed on the screen is something that I really ponder, and I really miss all those things, those activities, because truly my passion as a teacher, not only in the classroom, but I always go farther, explore, because I am an outdoor based person. I love to engage with student athletes, with my colleagues and others. So these are the things that really I really miss, and I hope someday we will be in the normal situation. So now, as we start the school year 2021, it was really a big challenge for us. That is why I put it here. It is a 360-degree remote learning modality. So in the first picture there, with my co-teachers, with my colleagues, we are preparing for the the venue for our distribution and retrieval of our self-learning modules on learning activity sheets. On the other side, again, you have to prepare a holding area for the parents because we have to follow some IETF guidelines in order not to spread the said virus. And after that, you have to do disinfection and so on. And once again, another process, we made again changes about our distribution and retrieval from one classroom to another. We moved to another classroom because of some feedback that we have to follow for the good and the benefit of everybody. So that is how stressful but challenging is the new learning modality that we just had experience for the school year 2020-21. Sounds interesting, challenging, but still, again, as what I have said, we're always optimistic, persistent, persevering, and aggressive to look for some changes. And with this, I ask myself, what would be the other thing that would help me grow more in this situation right now? So through the one we said, this is what I have experienced and learned. So I use this acronym Christ because when one said opened the door for opportunity for me, I said to myself, this is a bigger challenge for me to learn and grow more because if I will not engage myself to any professional growth, I don't know what can I say to myself. Maybe I am a mediocre teacher or a mediocre coach, something like that. And because there's a challenge, I know that when there's a challenge, you will create an opportunity, the opportunity to explore more. And how could I create this opportunity is because it is simply to have a connection. I have to connect from the PLDT and any other internet provider that will give me, that will gather and collect, that will enhance my capacity to collect information about teaching a physical education. And after gathering all those data that I have learned from the different webinars, I do believe that I would say I can celebrate because I gained something. So with that, I can see now not a bigger picture, but a little change from my own perspective. Change because we believe that nothing is permanent here on earth except change, as the saying goes. So next is letter H. Remember when we want to explore ourselves, even if we are already in a postgraduate position, we need to always to bring our heart, the heart of humility, empowerment, accountability, responsibility, and transparency. You might wonder why is that I put here the icon of the Facebook, the Zoom, and the Google Meet. Allow me to explain for a while. It is in the Facebook because it was on the Facebook page where I have seen one visit that page. So without any hesitation, I texted Coach GR on how to register and to be a member. And there also, it is from one said that my first and memorable engagement in a webinar, it was entitled First International EdTech Webinar, where eminent resource speaker from abroad discussed about physical education. And then follows the what we call the Zoom, how to what is Zoom all about and what is Google Meet all about, because at my age I only learned about text messages and only Facebook, but I am not used to really scan Facebook for just an impression of something. But I try to research or search Facebook because I want something new, because I don't want to really hear those news about COVID, because something it's a depression. If you're not mentally strong, you might be depressed in the different news that you have heard in TV or in any social media form. So that is why, using this heart, I have to empower myself. Empowerment for me is very essential and important, because there's no other person that could push me, but it's only myself. And being a teacher, I know that I am always accountable to my learners. What particular sharing or new concept or new ideas that I can share to my learners in the midst of these trials. So when there's accountability, there is also a sense of responsibility. We are all responsible of our actions, either in thoughts, words, and in deeds. And lastly, we have to be true and transparent to all this. Let us not deny that everything here on earth, learning is a continuous process. Regardless of how far you have achieved, learning is always there. Because learning for me is just like it is a psychological needs that it has no limitation. Next is letter R. R for me, you have to be resourceful, resilient, to relieve, recreate, replay, and rebound. So the one who said that PH in my professional growth and development, I considered this one as one avenue for my professional growth in physical education, not only in physical education, but also other teaching pedagogy that is being introduced by the different resource speaker. Likewise, the International Association of Physical Education and Sports. The founder here is Dr. Joelson Santos. Also, they are catering eminent resource speaker outside the country and abroad. And also the ifesed.com of Sir Nathan Horn, where I really tried my best to enroll in that premium membership, because there are a lot of resources that we can get, that can enhance our profession as a PE teacher or a physical health education teacher. The same also with the Connected PE by Jared Robinson, the ICAPS, the 10CAD FISED by Jace Ferguson, and Once Upon a Lesson by Rachel Ford. These and here in our Philippine setting, there are institutions who are also catering and giving some free professional development for all the teachers, like the La Salle State University of Dasmariñas, the UST, the Cagayan State University, the Marawi, the PUP, the La Salle Suvel, the Philippine Sports Commission, who is right now they are conducting the sports law for all, that is being spearheaded by attorney Albert Agra, in collaboration with the Philippine Sports Institution. And also likewise the Cebu Normal University. Again, this organization and institution that I flashed on the screen, this for me, these are resources that help me to become more resilient and more optimistic, to engage more in physical education. Next is, of course, we have to be inspired. Personally, I am really inspired when this group of person or people here that you have seen in the screen uh, will have their thought. Like Coach GR, he had been a resource speaker in the SWEP, and recently uh, his talk in the, I think that was in the Ramon Magsaysay University, and also Sergio Los Santos from the IAPS, Marisa Ginto from the UP College of Human Kinetics, one of my mentor in the 3-year program after Yolanda time. We have here uh, Ma'am Geraldine Bernardino. This is Ma'am Geraldine Bernardino. I stand corrected for that. And also the ambassador for the International Organization for Health, Sports, and Kinesiology that is being headed by Dr. Jerome Porto. Uh, this group of people in our own here in our country are very prominent and renowned speakers that we can be inspired of the different wisdom that they shared to us. Likewise, we have also hear from abroad like Professor Faisal Fayaz. It is from Professor Faisal Fayaz. I learned a lot from his teaching and sharing about the scientific approaches of gymnastic and the sports science, the concept of sports science. He is really a great mentor and an awesome speaker when we talk about sports sciences. And also you have there Sir Nathan Horn in the onefacet.com. The first engagement that I learned from this particular resource person is what they call the TGFU, Teaching Games for Understanding. That was one of my memorable experiences when I attended the first EdTech International Webinar sponsored by the onefacet.ph. And you have also here Jared Robinson, one also of the resource speaker that was being asked by Coach GR to speak all about Connected P and the PE Geek. And Jace Ferguson, the 10countryseed.com, and also from Rachel Ford, Once Upon a PE Lesson. All these people here that I shared to you really inspired me, and not only inspired me, but I want also to inspire my learners soon. Whatever it is, it could be in modular or again in an online platform. I will try to do my best to share what I had learned from all these resource speakers that inspired me to go farther in my profession in physical education. So next is Synergy. Okay, so shout out po kay Sir Joel Valencia. When Sir Joel Valencia posted in Facebook page to those who would like to engage in the new recreational game about pickleball, I did not hesitate to text him to give my number because this is what I look forward. Engaging, collaborating to other group of people that has the heart to develop young athletes, not only to develop their skills, but to promote wellness program. So what you have seen here is the picture when I received the paddles delivered by the, I think this is from the LBC. And then the support that they have given to us, the tarpaulin. This is our school, the Northern Tacloban City National High School, and my colleagues, wherein we enjoy and I introduced to them what is pickleball all about. So again, the number of person who engage at these are just only minimal because it just so happened that there was an immersion program, and after the immersion program, I asked them to go to be with us in this journey to engage in the new event pickleball. The same with during the days that I engage in futsal and football, because our learners in our community are need they really need people who will commit to engage and to develop their potentials. And the letter T is trust. So as Mother Teresa says, we can do no great things, only small things with great love. So I have always to trust and believe that in e-learning, there's always a positive impact and result. As stated by James Ferguson and Rachel Ford, e-learning is different and it reduces teachers' control. It increases student accountability and empowerment. It also increases parent involvement and engagement. It increases support and differentiation. It also increases student choice and leadership skills. And of course, it also promotes health education and wellness. So I know for sure that in any form of hardships, there is always a positive result behind that. In any challenges, there is always a positive gain or learning that we can share someday. So to end my talk this afternoon, this is my reflection. Am I ready to lead e-learning active practices in my profession? My answer to this is yes, because I want to make a difference. And to add my presentation, it says, it is not the strongest nor the most intelligent of species that survives, but the one that is most adaptable to change, by Charles Darwin. Once again, thank you so much for your time, for your listening, and a pleasant Saturday afternoon and fruitful webinar we have. Again, thank you so much.
Hey, wow. Thank you, Sir Paul. What can I say, right? Your courage, 'di ba? Ang sarap ng pakiramdam that you made to finish, no? Because for the information of everyone, whenever I ask someone to speak here in 1pz.ph, there is really a, a sense of hesitation. I understand that because not all people are used to speak in front of too many people, and of course through web anyone can watch this, right? Even those who are not in PE teachers, right? But I really salute the courage of Sir Paul because most of the time people talking here are from area in our country wherein an internet connectivity, the technology is good, the connection is good, they have device, but Sir Paul has a different story, right? Talagang he tried his best, no? Sabi nga 'di ba, andragogy, adult learning talaga, wherein hindi lagi spoon feeding type of learning ang makukuha natin. Aside from what he learns in the webinars, he also tries his best to study, no, and innovate so that he know that he can also help his students. And in connection to to the message that you implied to us, I really appreciate that you put that acronym, no, Christ, no, yung mga important words na nakita ko. Na number one, it's very important to connect, no. We are not living alone. We can all, 'di ba? Sabi nga natin, we can do more if we are together. Kaya I really agree that we need to connect. And also, when you connect, there should be a heart and we love what we are doing. And despite of the many challenges, letter R, we need to be resourceful, right? Even though things are really hard, we need to be resourceful with the possibilities that we can use, that we can offer to our students. And napakaganda nung letter I, inspire, right? We need to be an inspiration despite of the situation. We need to be the source of inspiration of our students, of our fellow teachers, lalo na kapag tayo yung mga school head, right? If we are gonna be weak, how about our teachers? And yung napakaganda, a word part of the 7 habits of highly effective people, yung tinatawag nating synergy. No, hindi talaga natin may sasantabi na in order for us to grow, we need to collaborate, to synergize with different people, and above all, the trust. And napakaganda ng iyong naging sharing, Sir Paul. And of course, nakikita natin dito sa ating YouTube live na marami talaga ang nagpapasalamat. But of course, this is also the perfect opportunity to ask our resource speaker, no, our inspirational speaker, kumbaga, 'di ba nga? For you, if you have any questions, and of course, babasahin po natin yung inyong mga sagot. But ako muna, Sir Paul, no. I think sa nakita kong presentation mo is that, do you think, masasabi mo ba to yourself that blessing din ang pandemic? Do you think you will arrive at this point in your career if hindi nag-pandemic?
Yes, coach. It's really, truly, it's a blessing because, as what I have said before, the regular routine ng for myself is just school, school, church, bahay, and then only text messages. I don't have any idea about those Zoom or Google Meet. So that is why when I learned from you that 1%, that my mind was, I have an open minded. So I said to myself, this is now my opportunity to explore more about this Zoom, about webinars and any other platforms.
Yes, no? Kaya nga blessing siya, but for the benefit of everyone, hindi naman lagi yung virus ang nagiging reason, no, because of the pandemic. We need also to look at the brighter side. And one thing is certain, with the routine that you have, Sir Paul, possible that we're not gonna be seeing each other right now if, 'di ba? This such incident with the pandemic ay hindi nangyari kasi nga you're always on your regular routine. And syempre, masasabi din po natin na with the case of Sir Paul, um, makikita natin na talagang from the traditional type of teaching PE, di ba? The Manila paper or so on. And I cannot blame them for the practice because it is the available technology in their area. Am I right, Sir Paul, right?
Yes, because not all of us has that what we call the LCD projector because
Laptop, yeah.
laptop. So of course you have to innovate something for your learners. So usually those mega strips, MP1, MP2, Manila Paper 1, Manila Paper 2, yun lang madadali yan.
Yes, exactly. And I agree with you. It is the same story as like many of the PE teachers we have in the country, di ba? Kaya talagang we cannot hide the fact that the challenge that the pandemic brought to our teaching practices is something. Kaya nga, di ba, we encounter the word VUCA, VUCA world, the uncertainty of things. But what matter most is the way we respond into it. But if I'm thinking right now, there will be parts of our country or teachers in the country who's advancing, right? Because the technology is there, the connectivity in the internet is there, the gadgets is there, and also we have on the other side of the story, we have teachers like Sir Paul whose access is not that, we are just fortunate that they have electricity as of the moment. We are so fortunate that he can connect consistently, right? But I believe that even that is the situation you have there in your area, things are keep on improving. And one day, the level of practices in terms of technology use might be the same in your case. It might not be this year, it might not be next year, but I'm pretty sure with all the developments, of course, things are improving every single day. Internet, possible that gadgets will be more available soon. You will arrive there. But one thing is good right now in the attitude of Sir Paul is that he did not wait for that time to come. He find his own way. He find his own will, his own motivation and willingness to start so that when the time comes that most or some of the teachers are heading towards that, he is one step higher than the others, right? Do you see the sensor, Paul, right? Na
Yes,
hindi
that's
talaga
I
eh.
agree.
Right? Kasi if we're gonna be waiting for the time that all these resources are available to us, the connection, and what will happen? That's why I really salute my fellow PE teachers, that for you doing extra mile to the best of your ability, even the single mobile phone use in order to teach your students, that is something great and effort that we should recognize. So I'm trying, Sir Paul, to look some of the questions available in YouTube, but I can't figure out. But what I can see here is that tens of pasasalamat, no? Even Professor Faisal already said his thank to you, no? And nakita ko na appreciate ko rin, Sir Paul, that you recognize the different organizations, right? Yun yung maganda eh, because before the pandemic, I think even ako nasa Lasal na ako, it's the same eh. Nandun lang tayo, but because of the pandemic, may mga nag-emerge na mga brilliant minds, organizations to bring something to the community. Kaya nga po, that's great eh. We have a lot of options this time. They have trainings, this organization, they have trainings. One said have this training, one connected PE, may training din siya. Yung IFIS Ed, may training, IAPS, may training. It is good. These are opportunities that we should not miss, right? Because syempre, 'di ba? Most of it, I'm certain that it's free. And while it is free, let's avail it, right? Because one thing is certain, we can learn from it. And ang ganda nga ng attitude mo, Sir Paul, kasi kinokollect mo talaga yung mga learnings and inputs mo. Sometimes kasi, we just get the presentation and after we get the presentation, wala na, right? But what matter most is that we still have that bank. Right now, the Google Drive is available. The drive is there, but of course, for it to be meaningful, you have to write also your reflection to whatever trainings you attended. Because through the reflections, once ma-encounter mo ulit, magba-bounce back siya into your memory because you reflected into it. Hindi lang nag-attend ka, after you attend, you get the certificate, wala na, no? Sometimes, 2-3 sentences reflection matter most so that that particular training will put an impact to you. Right? Okay? And also, no, siguro, to close our program as we end also, ang makikita kasi din natin dito na dapat nating tandaan, my fellow PE teachers, is that the training will be ongoing. But what matter most, based on the reflection you're doing, is how you put into practice all of those, especially to your students. Not only to your students, but of course to your fellow PE teachers. Kaya if you have friends in your school, PE teachers, MAPE teachers not being active, maybe if you have some professional sharing, that should be the story that you can tell them how this trainings organization put an impact to you so that they will be encouraged also to attend. I said a lot of things, but ayun nga, Sir
Yes,
Paul,
please,
no?
something. Okay, General,
Again,
let
Sir
me
Paul?
know. May I say something?
Yan.
It's wonderful program and Paul
Professor
very
Faisal,
well. Yeah, I'm from Pakistan, Associate Secretary of Pakistan Gymnastic Federation. It's a wonderful program and I'm very happy to attend it that Paul expressed and presented very well. So the topic is very important, as you know very well, that school is the main place on which basically we enhance the potential of our young learners. If we enhance the potential and we increase the coordination of body and mind, then obviously we will get a better society in the country, in the world. So the most important thing is this, to teach, to tell them, to basically give something, the some kind of knowledge through which they survive in the world in a better way. And we know very well that physical education is the subject of life. Reason, if we move, if we do something in the world, without movement, we cannot survive in this world. We cannot basically sit on a single place on 1 year or 2 years. So movement is the name and physical education is the name of life. And when we move, then there comes the name of physical education field, which is a very vast field. Reason, it's all related and totally dependent on human's life, your environment, your basically survival of this earth. And this is the only physical education through which we can improve our communities. So thank you very much, Paul and Mr. Gerard Betbo. You basically organized a wonderful event, and I'm very happy to attend it. It's awesome. Thank you very much, and congratulations to all of you from my side. Thank you very much, dear.
Wow, thank you, sir, Professor Faisal, for adding some words that can encourage our fellow P teacher. I take note that those words, physical education is a subject of life. So let's quote that, no, to Professor Faisal, and I really agree on that. That despite of the limitations we have, we as PE teachers can be creative enough in order to allow our students to move. So hopefully, no, as we conclude, of course, no, before we proceed, I think there's no more questions being posted in our chat box. No more. Okay. At this point, I would like to award our humble certificate, of course, to our resource speaker. Our topic this afternoon is not as similar as the most topics we're presenting, because I want everyone watching also to realize that sometimes we just need reflection rather, in the things that we are doing, and of course the things that we learn in onefised.ph. May all the things that you learn for 1 year be meaningful. All right, so let me read the certificate of recognition is hereby awarded to Mr. Paul E. Lora for generously sharing his expertise as resource speaker during the featured Phys Ed teacher webinar series with the team Creating Meaningful Physical Education Learning Experience in the New Normal, on the 58th episode titled Reflection of a Public School Phys Ed Teacher in Attending Webinars to Improve E-Learning Practices via One Phys Ed YouTube channel and Zoom, awarded the 17th of July 2021. Signed yours truly, JR Viterbo, founder of OnePhysEd.ph, and of course, the technical manager, Coach Joshua Villarreal. With all humility, we are awarding the certificate to you, Sir Paul, and we're going to be sending the PDF copy of this in your email. Again, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you very much.
All right. So we are not yet done because I believe that most of our participants are waiting for the e-certificates. But before we end our episode for this afternoon, I just want to remind everybody that I would like to thank the community, no, for sharing the link of our episode this afternoon. We started 35, but now we are almost 105 here via YouTube, and additional people are here in Zoom. I would like to thank everyone because there are around I think 15 people who would like to help our future PE teachers, right? This is about the onefised.ph shirt that I'm wearing right now. Meron po itong blue, meron po itong red. This shirt, if you are gonna buy this shirt, we will be helping our future PE teachers, as we are gonna be providing some materials, like headset, no, earphones that they can use as they continue their learning. And now I'll be announcing who will be the beneficiary of our fifth batch. Okay, I would like to announce that our beneficiary, the institution who will be getting, it's not that big, but I know it can help because they trust onefised.ph to be part of their conference. I would like to announce that the beneficiary of our fundraising project will be the President Ramon Magsaysay State University, under in their to receive, no, the BPED students will be receiving some. No, I'm not saying that all that, but we're gonna be giving a headset or earphones to their students that can help them for next academic year. And of course, thank you, Sir Robert Yap. Okay, we're gonna be contacting you on how we're gonna be getting this materials that we're gonna be donating to your school. Now, we're still giving chance. Now, for those who are watching, if you would like to purchase this fundraising shirt, well, isang taon na po, it's 1 year na po itong shirt na, it's like new pa din. Because of course, we would like to thank Slick, our official uniform provider. Slick po, ang aming uniform provider, because they partnered with us in this project. And I would like to announce, because it's end of the academic year of most of the schools, if you are planning na magpagawa ng inyong uniform, we have a special discount also. We got a partnership, that's why we can avail special discount to Slick. Just communicate with us on the procedures on how can you avail, how can you avail the fundraising shirt, right? So I'll be telling you, I'll just contact Coach JR or onefised.ph Facebook page for all the complete details regarding that. And of course, for those who are willing to be part of the premium membership of onefised.ph, of course, we are still accepting for the second year batch of those who would like to avail the premium membership. And the good news is that our anniversary discount, which is the 40% discount, will be available until the end of this month. There are some signups already again, and still we're extending the anniversary discount by first week of August. It will go back to the normal rate. For further details of that, of course, you can check in the YouTube chat box the link on how we'll be availing the onefised.ph premium membership. You may also read the content of our primer so that you will have the idea how will you be benefiting in joining onefised.ph. All right, no? We are at the end, no? Isa na naman pong napakamakabuluhang Saturday ang nandito para sa atin. And of course, we would like to thank our speaker, Mr. Paul E. Lora from Tacloban City, for sharing his reflection with regards to learning in the different webinars. And again, let me challenge you, right? If na-touch tayo sa story ni Sir Paul, I know that you have a story to tell. And that story should be heard not only ng kaibigan mo, not only ng kapwa mo PE teachers, but ng buong bansa natin, ng community natin, ng mga PE teachers and coaches dito sa Pilipinas. That's why if you're listening to me and you would like to be the next featured PE teacher in onefised.ph, don't hesitate to contact me or in our Facebook page, because we have this opportunity for you to be heard, because that story is something that can help our fellow PE teachers. That's why we will be seeing each other next Saturday, right? Next Saturday, another webinar session will be presented to you by onefised.ph. And of course, as we venture into another week, stay positive and always think that there's something great to happen. Once again, this is Coach JR of onefised.ph saying, let's break the limits and let's go beyond. Happy Saturday and God bless. The link of our webinar, okay, for e-certificate is now available. Nandiyan na po sa ating YouTube chat box at ipopost po natin sa post via Facebook. God bless and see you next time. Wag mo na pong aalis yung mga nasa Zoom. We're gonna have a photo op. Alright, hopefully lahat po makapag-generate ng inyong mga certificate. Nandiyan na po. Scroll lang po natin. Miss Phoebe's Bureau, you may use it. Padet, nandiyan po. Thank you everyone. Hi Miss Catherine, Hazel, Ras Morales. Huwag mo na pumalis yung nasa Zoom. In 1 minute, we're gonna end the live para lang po makapag-generate sila ng certificate. Wow, congratulations, Sir Paul. Thank you to all the admin of onefised.ph. Miss TV, thank you. Thank you, Sir Mark, for being with us.
Sulong laban, wag uurong. Pakinggan sa iyong puso ang sigaw na dati bulong. Sulong laban, wag uurong. Pakinggan sa iyong puso ang sigaw na dati bulong. Posible Posible kayang matikman, tamis ng gintong minimithi.